When you buy into a sectional title scheme, you purchase a section of the common property. In each complex, there are common use areas like driveways and swimming pools, and exclusive use areas like a parking bay or a garden in front of your unit. It is, however, important to note that you do not own the space and can thus not make any alterations to it before obtaining permission from the body corporate.
People just need to know that they need to check that it's either in the title deed or that it's registered under the sectional title scheme, just to ensure that they actually got exclusive use of it. With your carports, as example, carports, the body corporate can change your carport at any given time. Because although it says unit number 1, they can always change it to give it access to somebody else, maybe an elderly person. But if it's been registered as exclusive use carport, then it's yours. But it's also that specific exclusive use need to be registered.
A body corporate is the collective name given to all the owners of units within a complex. It is responsible for managing the scheme and taking care of its finances.
Each unit, based on the size of your unit, will be allocated a levy amount. So obviously your bigger units will pay a higher levy, smaller unit will be paying less of a levy. But it's all basically to make the complex run smoothly.
Now, Johan, you have identified 2 complexes that we can have a look at.
Yes.
That are well-run complexes.
Yes.
Shall we go have a look at those?
Of course. We actually had Villa Pursuit. It's one of our sectional title developments in Little Falls. Well, this complex, you can get a 1-bedroom apartment for 103 squares, ranging from anything about 850,000 rand, and then like a 2-bedroom that's 140 squares. So for apartment sizes, it's actually massive.
Now, I know that when you put in an offer on a sectional title unit, 2 things that you have to ask the real estate agent is for the financial statements and the rules and regulations of the complex. Why is that so important?
You don't want to buy in a complex where you're going to inherit it, because remember, as soon as it transfers, you get the debt as well. And
because like we discussed earlier,
exactly,
you buy into the whole complex, you're part owner of a sectional title.
Get all the benefits, but you'll get all the risks as well. So if the body corporate financials are not up to date, also the biggest thing is that if they don't have money, they're not going to be able to do maintenance. And remember, this is an investment for you. This is probably going to be your biggest investment that you've ever made. So you want to make sure that you're making the right decision.
When you buy in a sectional title scheme, you will be part of a community that comes with rules and regulations aimed at promoting harmonious living. Examples of such rules are pet-friendly or not, dedicated guest parking bays, and appearance from the outside, like washing lines on the balcony.
With sectional title, there's definitely processes to be followed. My personal suggestion is always first, before you plan on doing anything, first go and chat to the body corporate, speak to the trustees, ask what is allowed. Because a lot of the times people think they can just add a pool, just add a lapa, but then they can't actually do it.
Our next stop is at Honeydew Residential Estate.
What I like about this complex is obviously very good financials, but the developer initially was very good, or was very clever in designing the complex. There's about 10 complexes in the estate, and what he did is he actually allocated green spaces for parks. So green spaces as well as a guardhouse. So what happens is all the 10 complexes actually share the cost of the maintenance. So where a normal complex, you will actually pay quite expensive for security guards. In this complex, it's divided by all the different complexes and different owners.
And tell me a bit about the units. What do you typically find here?
You've got your standard 2 beds, 2 baths, double garage, and they range from about 850 and up to 3 beds, 160 squares or so, and that will go then for about 1.5 mil.
What buying advice do you have for people who is considering buying into a sectional title scheme?
First, look at what your plans are for the next, say, 5 years, specifically on newlyweds. We see quite a lot where people buy a small unit like a flat, and then within 2-3 years, they actually have babies, and then the unit is too small. So that's one of the things I think. Plan, are you looking for a pet-friendly complex? Decide, are you planning to grow your family? Stuff like that, but also look at obviously your affordability. Remember, interest rates go up and down, but also make sure that you budget for levies, special levies, just in case. You must always have a buffer.
How do you make sure that you're not paying too much for your unit?
It's very important to look at the square meterage, because just to give you an idea, the average rate on Roodepoort now is about 8,500 Rand per square. So the difference between, say, 100 square and 140 square, 40 square meters times nearly 10,000 Rand, that's an additional 400,000. What you also need to look at is, does it have a pool? Does it have a lapa? Is it a renovated unit, unrenovated unit, and all the additional amenities the unit has got.
Johan, what are the benefits for home buyers of buying into a sectional title scheme?
The nice thing is you can actually budget. Because remember, something else, the trustees already worked out the budget for the complex. So you know the basic maintenance for the complex is going to be looked after. Garden services will be shared. So where at a freehold, you might pay say 300 Rand a week for garden services. If you actually work it out in a levy, it's probably about 30 bucks. So there's definitely, in my opinion, a saving, but also it just prepares you for home ownership.
Now, Leapfrog has been on the West Rand for about 10 years. Tell me about your offering.
We're quite a nice, young, dynamic brand. We've got about 25 agents in our office, and we invest a lot of time and money into training. So we've got a proper marketing campaign whenever we list either our sales properties or our rentals.
Johan, it was really great chatting to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.